Respected judges, good morning to all of you. I am the rectified EIS member. My membership number is M12337. As all we know that teleconsultation exists previously in ophthalmology, but it is of not only concentrated only for the rural areas or for that. But in this COVID pandemic, this lockdown tell us many things. And the most important thing is to connect with our ophthalmic services or the people with of the distant area is the teleconsultation. And there was a lot of questions and the issues related to teleconsultation during the first phase of the lockdown, how we have to connect to our patient. With this background, we plan a study that we have to do the audit of the patient of the COVID-19 who have consulted to us as a tertiary care center, what was their experiences and what was the main finding for them consulted to us. It was an observational clinical study done on the 387 patients who called us in a teleconsultation during the almost 1 year of 1 to 2 months of the timing, and the Regional Institute of Ophthalmology. We have excluded the patient who have come to us physically just because of the emergency, as we are running the emergency cases. All the genders and everything places were notified in a proper pro forma, and they have consulted us on call and the WhatsApp group. And before doing this study, we have taken the Institute Ethical Committee clearance and follow the declaration of NSQ. In our study, the female were less as compared to male. Exactly, we don't know what was the reason that why the male patient are calling more. That may be because they are having more familiar with mobiles. And the age group we have find out is there was a two peak. One was of the age group of 21 to 30. Most likely they are the youngsters and having more familiar to mobile. And another one was 61 to 70 years of the age group. That may be because of the follow-up patient and other thing. The chief complaint we have, the important one was the maximum number of patients were of follow-up who have called us for the previously treated or something else. Then the patient second peak was the patient with computer vision syndrome, maybe because of the excessive use of gadgets and anything. And another findings were almost same, some have the redness, watering and foreign body sensation. In the follow-up patient, when we demarcated, we find out that maximum patient were of the glaucoma, 37%. After that, there are those who have cataract or planned for the cataract surgery. Third number were ulcers, refractive errors, retina patients and others. In the discussion, we found out only one study has been published at that time, that was the DAS, and they have only find out the patient on the telemedicine consulted for the foreign body. Now coming to my conclusion, telemedicine patient who has consulted maximum were of the follow-up patient. Second number, and those follow-up glaucoma patient predominates, and the majority of them called and send their images or the problems on the WhatsApp. And as a take-home message, I would like to say that this COVID era gives us a new tool of telemedicine, which is existing previously, but its importance we learn more and more in the COVID phase. And now we just crossed the second phase of the COVID. I don't know whatever happens in third phase, but if teleconsultation persists, it will help us a lot. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Deepak, for his presentation. One question from you.
Yes, sir.
You must be having some dedicated person for this telemedicine at your setup.
Sir, our is the Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, and our institute is having a teleconsultation center. It is a regional teleconsultation center for whole of the Purvanchal area. And we are coming, we have a separate given mobile number to all department. That this mobile number is given and our schedule is being displayed at the website, that at this time this doctor will be appearing. So they are calling according to our schedule, and we have that mobile number used every day.
And what were the limitations you observed? What are the limitations telemedicine you have observed?
Sir, the major limitation was that what the patient saying, basically what were their complaint, it sometimes not corresponding to the images they are sending. So they are saying that I am having lot of redness or anything, and when we ask for the image, then the images are redness is not present at that time. And second thing, sir, for the rural patient, it is difficult to advise them the prescription online. Although we are sending them the WhatsApp images, but most of them are not having the WhatsApp. So we have taken a liberty that we told them to write the things, drug name in Hindi, so that they can write the name in Hindi and get it purchased from the area where they are getting the drugs.
Thank you. This is the future of the telemedicine, the future of the ophthalmology or any medical plan nowadays. Thank you. But you have to improve a lot over this. Thank you. Next, any other
Dr.
speaker?
Deepak, Thank you, Dr. Deepak Mishra.
Can I ask a
Any
question?
other question? Yeah. Any other
Sure,
question?
sir. Sure, sir.
Dr. Deepak, how
Yes,
many
sir.
patients were asked to come to the OPD physically among the patients who called you?
Sir, at that time our OPD was closed. We invite only we see only the emergency cases. But
Yes, so how many patients needed a physical appearance?
sir, almost 10 to 20% patient, mostly of those who are having the glaucoma follow-up, and one of two are having just immediately post-operative and complaining that huge redness. So we are afraid of end-op and other thing. Then we called him. But the personal consultation is almost 5%, sir, not more than that.